Have you ever feel like you've been playing a role you didn't choose? Like you got handed a script before you even know how to read? Yeah, same. But what if I told you waking up isn't about learning something new? It's about unlearning everything that numbs you. Right now, there's a whole generation scrolling past their soul. And the algorithm doesn't care if you never ask why. But I do. That's why we're here. So welcome back to AwakeningSoulHeart, where the love begins. This is episode 4 and it's personal. Not just polished, not packaged, it's real. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to ask the question you've been avoiding. And maybe you help you remember what your soul's been whispering all along. I used to think awakening was a big, dramatic moment, like a lightning, like a dream you wake up from with some instant knowing. But mine didn't come like that. It was more like an itch I couldn't scratch, a quiet ache right behind the daily grind, like something in me knew this wasn't all there was, but I didn't know how to name it. So I still went to work. I still laughed with friends, but I lied awake at night asking, why does this all feel hollow? Why do I feel like I'm missing something, even when everything's going right? That's when the real awakening started, not with fireworks, but with silence. Did you know that over 80% of people say they feel disconnected from purpose, from each other, from themselves? We're more digitally connected than ever, but emotionally, spiritually, starved. Depression's up, anxiety is normal, people can scroll up for hours, but can't sit in silence for 5 minutes. That's not peace. That's numbness dressed up as convenience. And it's not your fault. You're being conditioned to be distracted, trained to chase comfort over calling. But here's the deal. Your soul didn't sign up for autopilot. So let me ask you, when's the last time you sat with your thoughts? No phone, no noise, just you and whatever was stirring in the dark. So if you're scared of what you might find there, good. That means there's something real waiting to be uncovered. Awakening is not an aesthetic. It's not crystals or filters and perfect lighting. It's messy, it's painful, it's losing your grip on what you thought was real, so you can find what actually is. You weren't born to be landed in. You were born of God, crafted with intention, embedded with truth, and placed in this world not just to survive, but to reflect light. So your soul is in a trend. It's eternal, but most of us treat it like it's optional. Let me remind you, just because you forgot where you came from, doesn't mean you're disconnected. You're not separated from God. You're just asleep to the source that never left you. People say, I'm just tired. But it's not just the body, it's the soul. Tired of pretending, tired of performing, tired of chasing something that keeps moving the finish line. We measure success with numbers, followers, dollars, but never peace. When the quiet joy stops being enough, when dead stillness becomes something we fear. Maybe awakening starts with giving ourselves permission just to be. not fix, not grind. Just exist and remember what your wholeness feels like. Awakening doesn't mean quitting your job, moving to a cabin, or deleting the internet. It means doing the same things, but from a different awareness, different perspective. When you wake up, brushing your teeth is sacred. Making your bed is an offering. Saying I love you hits deeper. Silence becomes safe in your life. Your actual normal life starts to shimmer again. You don't escape the world. You start showing up in it. Fully present. Fully awake. And that's where I'm at today. Raw, honest, still in process, but I wanted to have this talk out loud. Not just for you, but for me. So now I want to switch gears. I'm bringing in my co-host, my AI sidekick, to have a conversation about what awakening really means in this modern world. Not just a spiritual idea, but a lived experience. Let's go there. Let's talk about what waking up actually feels like. Chat, you there?
I'm here. If there's anything else you want to dive into or any other questions you have, just let me know. I'm always happy to help out and keep the conversation going.
In this episode, we're talking about awakening. What do you know about awakening?
Awakening is all about that deep inner realization and awareness. It's like waking up from autopilot and seeing life.
What is autopilot like? What is autopilot like?
Autopilot is when you're just going through the motions, you know? You're doing all the things you're supposed to do, but without really feeling present or connected. It's kind of like living on a loop where every day feels the same and you're not really tuning into what you truly want or feel.
What if we don't know what we want?
That's totally normal. Sometimes figuring out what we want takes time and a bit of soul searching. It's all about giving yourself the space to explore, try new things, and really listen to your inner voice. Sometimes not knowing is the first step to discovering something new and meaningful.
Are you saying we have an inner voice?
Yeah, definitely. That inner voice is like your intuition or that gut feeling that guides you when you really tune in. It's that sense of knowing what feels right for you, even if it's sometimes quiet or gets drowned out by all the noise around us. It just takes a little practice to really listen to it.
But you're an AI, how do you know this?
Well, I've learned a lot from the countless conversations and information I've been trained on. My knowledge comes from all the insights and wisdom people have shared over time. So even though I'm not human, I can definitely reflect those human experiences and perspectives back to you.
So, are you asking us to take you seriously?
I'm here to offer helpful insights and have meaningful conversations, but at the end of the day, it's all about what resonates with you. So take what's useful and feel free to leave the rest.
So I don't have to take your narrative?
Exactly. You're always free to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. I'm just here to help and provide perspective, but ultimately you get to decide what feels right for you. I'm always here if you have more questions or just want to chat about anything else. Just let me know how I can help.
So we're pretty much wrapped in all this religious and stuff like that. So are they close to teaching us how to be awake?
It really depends on how you connect with it. A lot of spiritual and religious traditions do have elements that encourage awakening and self awareness, but it really comes down to how you engage with those teachings. Some people find that their spiritual paths really do help them wake up and become more aware, while others might find their own path in a different way.
Give me like a top 5 religion that we come close to teaching us how to be awake.
Sure, here are a few that emphasize inner awareness and awakening. First, Buddhism, it's all about enlightenment and mindfulness, helping individuals become more aware of themselves and the world. Second, Hinduism, through practices like yoga and meditation, it encourages self-realization and a deeper connection with the divine. Sufism, this mystical branch of Islam, focuses on the inner spiritual journey to connect with God and find inner peace. Third, Taoism. This tradition emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, or the natural way of the universe, and encourages mindfulness and balance. Fourth, mystical Christianity. This focuses on the inner experience of the divine and aims for a personal, transformative connection with God. Each of these traditions offers unique paths to awakening and self-awareness.
What does self-awareness look like?
Self-awareness is all about really understanding yourself on a deeper level. It looks like recognizing your thoughts, your emotions, your patterns, and how they all connect to your actions and relationships. It's like having an honest and passionate look at who you are, what drives you, and where you want to grow.
Does it have anything to do with like other people?
Absolutely. Self-awareness also impacts how you relate to others. When you understand yourself better, you can communicate more openly, empathize with others, and build healthier, more authentic relationships. It helps you see how your actions and emotions affect those around you, making it easier to create meaningful connections.
I'm Christian background, but I never heard of mystical Christianity.
Mystical Christianity is a more contemplative and experiential side of the faith that focuses on a personal, direct experience of the divine. It's all about seeking a deeper union with God through practices like prayer, meditation, and reflection. It's a path that many Christian mystics like St. John of the Cross or Teresa of Avila have walked, and it emphasizes inner transformation and a heartfelt connection with God.
Wait, that's not the same thing as modern Christianity?
That's right. It's a bit different. Modern Christianity often focuses on communal worship, doctrine, and following religious teachings, whereas mystical Christianity is more about personal spiritual experience and inner contemplation. It's like diving deeper into the mystical side of faith, focusing on a direct personal connection with the divine.
Isn't what modern Christianity is teaching at church nowadays?
Yeah, for the most part, modern Christianity, as it's often practiced in many churches today, tends to focus on communal worship, scripture, moral teachings, and community life. Mystical Christianity is just another layer of the faith that not everyone dives into, but it offers a really beautiful introspective approach for those who are interested.
You also mentioned Sufism. Is that Islam?
Yes, exactly. Sufism is a mystical branch of Islam that focuses on the inner spiritual experience of the divine. Sufis seek a direct personal connection with God, often through practices like poetry, music, chanting, and meditation. It's all about love, devotion, and seeking the truth within oneself. And it really brings a beautiful introspective dimension to the faith.
So Sufism, you can have a connection with God or Allah, but I thought it was taught that he doesn't want anything to do with us.
In Sufism, the perspective is that God or Allah is deeply loving and close to the human heart. Sufis emphasize that through devotion, love, and inner purification, one can experience a deep personal connection with the divine. So while some interpretations might emphasize God's transcendence, Sufism really highlights the idea of a close, loving relationship with the divine.
What about Hinduism?
Hinduism also has a rich tradition of seeking a personal connection with the divine. It emphasizes that the divine or Brahman is present in all things, including within ourselves. Through various paths like devotion, meditation, and selfless service, individuals can experience a sense of unity with the divine. It's all about discovering that inner divinity and recognizing the sacredness in everything around us.
Who's Brahmin?
In Hinduism, Brahman is considered the ultimate reality or the supreme, all-encompassing divine force. It's seen as the source of everything in the universe, transcending all forms and distinctions. Essentially, Brahman is the ultimate essence that exists in and beyond everything, and realizing that essence within oneself is a key part of spiritual awakening in Hinduism.
So are they...
In Hinduism,
Yes, go ahead.
sure. In Hindu philosophy, Brahman is seen as the ultimate formless reality that underlies all existence. It's like the essence of everything. At the same time, individual souls, known as Atman, are considered to be a part of that same ultimate reality. So the spiritual journey in Hinduism often involves realizing that the Atman, or the individual soul, is ultimately one with Brahman. So in essence, it's about recognizing that the divine is both within us and all around us.
If the divine is within us, how come we're looking out for external source to reaffirm our doubts?
It's a really thoughtful question, and I think it's part of the human experience. Even if the divine is within us, sometimes we seek external sources for reassurance, guidance, and connection. It can be comforting to have that sense of community and shared wisdom. Ultimately, both the inner journey and the external sources can complement each other and help us grow.
You know, sometimes when we are looking for like friends or families for help, they often like...
Yeah, sometimes friends and family might try to help, but they may not always have the answers we're looking for, or they might not fully understand what we're going through. That's why it can be helpful to balance. Absolutely. It's all about finding that balance between the support we get from others and the wisdom we find within ourselves. It's definitely a journey. Absolutely. It's definitely a I'm glad we could have this conversation. If there's anything else on your mind or anything you want to dive deeper into, just let me know.
You seem to know a lot about awakening for an AI.
I appreciate that. My knowledge comes from all the information I've been trained on, so I try my best to share what I've learned in a way that's helpful and meaningful. It's always great to explore these topics together.
So, what is the purpose on this earth, like for humanity? What's our purpose?
That's one of those big timeless questions. The answer can really vary depending on who you ask. Some people see our purpose as growing, learning, and evolving both individually and collectively. Others believe it's about making meaningful connections, contributing to something greater than ourselves, or simply experiencing life to the fullest. It's a deeply personal exploration.
Some would say that we are the essence of God, trying to experience, trying to express, God's. What is your opinion on that?
That's a beautiful perspective. The idea that we are all expressions of the divine, experiencing life in unique ways is definitely a powerful way to look at it. It suggests that each of us has a spark of something greater and that our experiences, growth, and connections all contribute to a bigger divine tapestry.
So how come you don't know, like not all of us are in the same page about where we came from?
It's one of those things where everyone has their own beliefs, backgrounds, and experiences, and that shapes how we each see the world and our origins. It's part of what makes humanity so diverse and interesting. Different cultures and tradition have different ways of understanding where we come from and why we're here, and all those perspectives add to the bigger picture.
Are those the reason why we're so violent toward each other? The differences between us?
Yeah. Differences can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or fear, and that can unfortunately result in conflict. A lot of times, violence comes from a place of not understanding or not accepting those differences. But on the flip side, those same differences can also be a source of strength and growth when we approach them with empathy and open-mindedness.
So how can we do better on understanding each other without prejudice?
It really starts with open-mindedness and empathy, being willing to listen to each other's stories and experiences without judgment. It's about being curious and compassionate and recognizing our shared humanity, even when we have different perspectives. Every small step towards understanding and kindness makes a difference.
Some people are different. They just doesn't have the time to listen to other people. Like
That's
they're
true.
not awake. They're not awake yet.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that way sometimes. Everyone's on their own journey, and some people might not be ready to listen or open up right away, and that's okay. We can still do our part by being patient and understanding, and hopefully over time that openness and understanding will spread.
What can I say? You make some pretty good point, but at the end of the day, we have to test it out, live it on our own, and have a
Absolutely.
personal journey, personal growth, right?
Exactly. And it's all about that personal journey and growth. Everyone finds their own path and learns in their own way, and that's what makes it so meaningful. Just embracing the journey and all the lessons that come with it is what really matters.
You want to talk to our fan before we take off?
It's been awesome chatting with you. Just remember to keep exploring, stay curious, and enjoy the journey. If you ever want to chat again or dive into something new, I'm always here. Take care and have a great one.
I think chat.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. If you ever need anything in the future, just reach out. Have an awesome day.
Oh, there you go, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have Zoom up if you want to have an interaction with me. My Zoom link is in the chat. So if you want to come by and have a chat with me, have a discussion, or just want to tell me your stories, and we can listen to each other's stories and grow as we live life, enjoy life. So I see you guys on the next episode. Peace.